Most gardeners walk into nurseries with a sense of trust, hoping to find the perfect plants neatly arranged on shelves. But almost no one realizes that some of the most valuable and rewarding crops are the ones nurseries don't talk about at all. There's a quiet truth behind the scenes, a truth tucked into tiny seed packets lining the back corners of store aisles. The most profitable crops, the most productive plants, the ones with the highest return. Those rarely sit in decorative pots waiting to be bought. They start their journey much smaller, hidden in seeds that nurseries rarely advertise because once you discover their potential, the world of gardening suddenly shifts in your favor. Welcome to Daily Plant Life, where we show you how to grow smarter, live greener, and enjoy a garden that gives back more than you ever expected. Today, we're diving into the 7 most profitable crops you can grow from seeds. Crops that nurseries would rather you overlook because they thrive so well in small spaces, grow quickly, and cost almost nothing to start. These plants don't just offer high harvests. They offer freedom from expensive nursery purchases, freedom from limited plant options, and freedom to fill your home with vibrant, productive life even if you're working with a small balcony or a single sunny window. So settle into your seat, take a breath, maybe even imagine the smell of soil and seedlings, because once we begin this journey, you may never look at gardening the same way again. Let's begin with one of the most surprising and exciting crops of all. There is something almost magical about watching microgreens grow. They begin as the tiniest seeds, barely larger than grains of sand. You sprinkle them over soil, cover them lightly, mist them gently, and then wait. Within days, the soil begins to stir. A faint hint of green appears, then thickens, then rises. In less than 2 weeks, what once looked like dust becomes a lush miniature forest of flavors. Peppery arugula, vibrant radish, sweet basil, earthy broccoli. Microgreens grow with such speed and vigor that it feels like watching time-lapse footage right before your eyes. Their value comes from their speed, their flavor, and the sheer volume you can produce in the smallest spaces imaginable. You could sit them on a table, a windowsill, a shelf, or even a nightstand as long as light reaches them. And the best part is how little they cost. A simple pinch of seeds becomes plates of gourmet greens. They're used in salads, sandwiches, juices, garnishes, and power-packed meals. They are tiny in size, enormous in value, and shockingly easy to grow at home. Once you harvest your first tray, you'll wonder why nurseries don't shout about them from the rooftops. But the truth is simple. Microgreens are too easy, too profitable, and too fast. Selling mature plants is far more lucrative for stores. Growing microgreens yourself is far more lucrative for you. Now imagine a small, simple seed that, with just a bit of warmth and sunlight, transforms into a fragrant bush overflowing with glossy green leaves. Basil plants grown from seeds carry a certain pride with them, a personality that unfolds leaf by leaf. Nurseries often place large, mature basil plants front and center because they're beautiful, full, and aromatic. But there's an unspoken truth. Basil grows incredibly well from seeds, almost effortlessly. You place a few seeds in a pot, water them gently, and soon delicate stems emerge, followed by pairs of bright green leaves that grow larger each week. Basil responds eagerly to care. The moment you pinch the top leaves, the plant doesn't shrink back. It grows bigger, fuller, more productive. Each trim encourages it to branch out, doubling and tripling your harvest. When grown from seeds, basil costs almost nothing yet produces for months on end, filling your home with a scent that's soothing, fresh, and unforgettable. Whether you grow sweet basil, purple basil, Thai basil, or lemon basil, there's something deeply satisfying about nurturing it from its earliest stages. And as it grows into a rich, fragrant plant, you begin to realize that this was something you could have had all along, without relying on nursery prices or limited plant choices. Tomatoes tell a story of patience, reward, and abundance. Gardeners often assume tomatoes must be bought as seedlings, neatly labeled and carefully grown by nursery experts. But the truth is tomatoes grow beautifully from seeds, and watching them develop is like witnessing an adventure unfold in slow motion. You start with the tiniest seedlings, so fragile that they sway at the slightest movement. But their strength is hidden in their roots. Day by day, they grow taller, stronger, and more vibrant, until they become confident plants with dark green leaves and sturdy stems. Cherry tomatoes especially feel like gifts from nature. They thrive in containers, respond well to sunlight, and reward you with clusters of colorful fruit throughout the entire season. A single seed transforms into a plant that gives and gives, little red, orange, or yellow jewels appearing in waves. Each harvest feels like a celebration, each cluster a reminder that starting from seeds is not only possible, but powerful. One seed packet can produce dozens of plants, far more than any gardener typically buys, and the joy of watching them ripen is unmatched. Peppers come with a kind of boldness. They begin slowly, requiring warmth and patience, but once they sprout, they grow with confidence. Their leaves darken, their stems strengthen, and soon you're caring for a plant that looks like it's ready for a spotlight. Nurseries often price pepper seedlings higher than other plants because they know gardeners are hesitant to start them from seeds. But this hesitation is unnecessary. Peppers adapt well to containers, grow compact and tidy, and produce fruits over a remarkably long season. Sweet peppers brighten the garden with glossy greens and reds, while hot peppers add vibrant pops of yellow, orange, and deep crimson. Once peppers begin producing, they rarely stop, giving you fruit after fruit, each one filled with seeds you can save for future seasons. Growing peppers from seeds gives you access to unique varieties, exciting flavors, and plants that feel entirely your own. Herbs like cilantro, parsley, dill, chives, and mint bring a kind of calm beauty to any garden. They begin quietly, sprouting small, soft seedlings that gradually expand into fragrant, textured clusters. These herbs grow easily in containers, thrive indoors, and offer fresh leaves within weeks. Cilantro bolts quickly in heat but offers seeds that transform into coriander, adding even more value. Parsley grows deep green and lush, perfect for cooking or garnishing. Dill reaches upward with feathery elegance, attracting pollinators and enhancing dishes. Chives return year after year without asking for much, producing slender stems that add subtle flavor to countless meals. Mint grows vigorously, its scent filling the air with freshness every time you brush past it. Together, these herbs form a compact, profitable group of crops that give back far more than they take. Growing them from seeds saves money and allows you to enjoy flavors and varieties you won't always find in stores. Lettuce might be one of the simplest crops you ever grow, but it's also one of the most giving. From the moment the seeds sprout, their tiny leaves look delicate, almost fragile, but they are stronger than they appear. Loose-leaf lettuce varieties grow quickly and adapt well to different light conditions, thriving in small pots, balcony boxes, and garden beds. The beauty of loose-leaf lettuces lies in their ability to regrow. You can harvest the outer leaves, enjoy them fresh, and leave the inner leaves to continue developing. This cycle repeats over and over, giving you weeks or even months of fresh, tender greens. The colors vary: soft light greens, deep reds, crisp textures, but the experience remains the same. A satisfying, steady harvest that keeps coming with almost no effort at all. And then, there are marigolds. Bright, cheerful, and often underestimated, marigolds are more than just decoration. They protect gardens naturally by deterring pests, shielding vegetables, and welcoming pollinators. Marigolds grow easily from seeds and quickly become bold, colorful accents throughout your garden. But here's where their true value lies. Each marigold flower contains dozens of seeds, neatly tucked inside the dried petals. When collected, stored, and replanted, these seeds can grow into an endless number of new plants. A single marigold plant becomes a source of beauty, protection, and future growth. Their resilience, color, and generosity make them a surprisingly profitable crop that elevates every space they touch. Growing plants from seeds is more than a method. It's an experience that deepens your connection to nature. You're not just planting a seed, you're planting potential. These 7 crops, microgreens, basil, tomatoes, peppers, herbs, lettuce, and marigolds, offer a powerful reminder that abundance starts small. With just a handful of seeds and a bit of care, your home can transform into a vibrant, productive space filled with color, flavor, and life. Which of these crops will you try first? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new journey with daily plant life. Happy growing, and I'll see you in the next video.